Recording in progress.
All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Linda Ty. I'm here for Marcy Preble tonight, and this is our patching party. And this is a very special 30 minutes or so because it's a party, and parties are fun. So we are here to have some fun. And pay close attention to everything that we go over because we are going to be raffling off some gifts at the end, and you're going to want to know which one you want to win so that you can be put in the drawing to win. That's for all of the guests. So guests, Maya, are you here? Maya Nike, are you here yet?
I am.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So Maya, tell everyone what they need to do. You're going to put a form in the chat.
Right? I'm putting a form in the chat, and what you're going to do is you are going to type your first name and last initial in this document right here, real quick.
If you're a guest.
If you're a guest. And what that does is it puts your name into our wheel of names for the raffle, which we're going to do towards the end of our session this evening.
Awesome. Thank you, Maya. So everyone's got that. She's going to put that in the chat. So you want to go to the chat. Make sure if you're a guest tonight, you want to put your name in there, and that's going to allow Maya to put them all in the wheel. And because she's so smart and tech savvy, I love it. So, all right. So pay close attention. Take some notes, because we're going to have a lot of fun, and you're going to hopefully win something great. And you'll win just by being here. So why are we here? Throughout history, humankind has been searching and searching and searching for the Holy Grail, right? How do we reverse aging? Why do we age so fast? What's going on with our bodies? And what if I told you that the secret is already within your body? You don't need to go search anymore. All we need to do is give our body a little nudge, and our bodies are brilliant, and they know exactly what to do. Our concept of aging, our notion of middle age, old age, is about to change forever. The regenerative medicine revolution is upon us, like iron and steel to the industrial revolution, like the microchip to the tech revolution. Stem cells will be the driving force to this next revolution. Very, very exciting. So I'm sure that you were invited here tonight to learn more about our X39 stem cell activation patch, and we're going to learn about a lot more. But first, let me just start with what do we already know so that we understand how it works, right? So when you go out in the sun, you get your vitamin D, right? We all know that. You can give me a nod if you want, right? We know that, right? So the reason for that is when the sun's light hits your skin, it actually activates these photoreceptor cells, and those cells, their job is to send a signal.
Can I get a small portion of the rice first? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, mute. Okay. Thank you. So their job is to send that signal, and you elevate vitamin D. Do you also notice that when you go out in the sun, you feel happy really fast, right? Like you go out and your whole body kind of goes, that feels great, right? So that's how fast light works. It's really amazing. So these patches work the same way, except they don't need to work on external light, right? This patch, although it looks like a little Band-Aid, is way more than a Band-Aid. In the center of this patch is an organic crystal lattice. It's a non-transdermal patch, and the heat in your body, so that's the patch, right? The heat in your body is a form of infrared light. We know that. We see it on the movies with the military and the night goggles. They can see people in pitch black. That's because it's picking up on the infrared light. So we are beings of light and energy, and we emit light even though we don't see it. So David Schmidt, the inventor of these patches, who's brilliant, figured out how to create this crystal lattice in this little patch. When I put this patch on my skin, the light that I'm emitting is activating the little crystals in the patch, and they're reflecting back my own body's light to send signals, to activate those photoreceptor cells to send signals to elevate different peptides in my body. How amazing is that? I mean, it's amazing and so simple, and we've been experiencing it for centuries, right? From the sun. Everything works through light. So it activates peptides. So peptides, what are peptides? They're just really little short amino chain links linked together in our bodies, and they play various roles. They function as signaling molecules, hormones, enzymes, among other things. They're triggering a variety of responses to regulate and maintain all bodily functions. So they're pretty important, I would say. We want to make sure our peptides are activated. So, and why light? Why light? Why X39? It's non-transdermal, nothing's going into your skin, no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants. The light works fast in your body. Light communicates perfectly with your cells. There's no dosing. There's no overdosing. You can't overdose on light. That's pretty cool too. And X39 is a patented form of phototherapy. So has anyone noticed lately? I know I did. I saw a picture of Mick Jagger and I thought, wow, he looks a lot younger than he used to, because he was really looking pretty old there for a while. And he looks 60 again. I think he's 80. And I did a little research, and sure enough, Mick Jagger, Rick Springfield, a lot of these rockers, they're going and flying to Europe, spending thousands and thousands of dollars for stem cell injections. So that's pretty interesting, right? They're spending a lot of money. Athletes like Tiger Woods, Rafael Nadal, Cristiano Ronaldo, they've all used stem cells to recover from torn ligaments and degenerative back pain, all this without surgery. What if I was to tell you that for less than a cup of coffee a day, you can activate your own stem cell army, just like when you were young again? Don't have to spend thousands of dollars, and you don't have to fly to Europe. How cool is that? Would you like to know more about that? All right, we'll talk about it. So X39, this is our our flagship patch, if you will. This one activates a peptide called GHK copper peptide. And if you haven't read about GHK copper peptide, you definitely want to. It is considered to be the holy grail of reverse aging. It's really amazing. It activates your stem cells, makes more stem cells, and it resets your stem cells to a younger, healthier state. So think about stem cells, right? In the beginning, there's the sperm and the egg, right? And it creates stem cells. Stem cells create who we are, the baby, right? It makes your brain, your heart, your limbs, your skin, all of that stuff, right? And then when you're born, they downregulate and they work to restore and repair. So think about a baby, right? Think about how wonderful they smell, how soft their skin is, how resilient they are, right? Because their stem cell army is like right on it. Everything that they need, those stem cells are right there, right? And as we get older, that process starts to slow down and those stem cells start to go dormant. And by the time you're 35, guess what? Almost 50% of your stem cells are dormant. They're still there, but they're just not doing anything. By the time you're my age, by 60, you are almost all of your stem cells are dormant. So imagine what would happen if we could start to wake up our stem cells. Well, that's exactly what the GHK copper peptide does. It wakes up those stem cells, wakes up that army and starts to make them work like they did when you were young again. And the wonderful thing about stem cells, why are stem cells so important? Because stem cells are the only cells in your body that are changeable. They can change into whatever cells your body needs. So stem cells are going to go to wherever your body needs it. If you've got digestive issues or you've got pain or you've got whatever the inflammation, stem cells love inflammation, right? And that's where they go, and they go to heal. So if you have a pain in your knee and you try the X39 patch and think, oh, my knee pain didn't go away, well, it might mean that you have some other deeper issue that the stem cells want to go to that first. They're going to heal what you need most first, and then they're going to work their way through your body, which is amazing. We wear them for 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So I just want to say that so that you remember 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And it's really important to be hydrated because energy needs water. We're 70% water. So water makes everything work better. It's going to help the patches do their work in your body. So you want to stay hydrated. And this is Team Evolve. Team Evolve has stewarded over 80,000 families to better health, which is really amazing. So I'm going to share something with you now. I'm going to share a resource website, and that site is something, it's called startx39now.com. That's startx39now.com. And we're going to put that in the chat. Maybe Jan or somebody can put that in the chat, startx39now.com. I'm going to share it with you because this is an amazing resource site that you can go to, and you can find out all this information, right? Does everybody see that? Okay, so X39, you can see that at the top. You can watch these videos. This is an amazing video. It talks about light, what I just told you about the sun and how it works. It shows you that, 2 minutes. This one, how X39 activates the peptide that activates your stem cells, 3 minutes. So really in 5 minutes, if you just spend 5 minutes, you're going to find out a lot about what we are so excited about. Then you're going to come down here and, oh my gosh, look at these pictures. This is amazing. So Marcy, who typically runs this patching party on Tuesday night, if you don't know her already, and for the guests, because the rest of us know her and love her, this is Marcy in 2019. She had fast-growing cells and was not feeling like she was going to go on with life. She had gone through a lot and was ready to give up until her friend, Dr. Rhonda Donahue, came to her and she said, I want you to try this stem cell activation patch. And she was like, why would I put on a little Band-Aid like that, right? So she explained what I just explained to you, and she was like, okay, I'll do it. And she had such extraordinary results. Here she is in 2019. Here she is now, right? She's losing her hair. Her skin is tough, and she's got a beautiful head of hair. Her skin is soft again. She's excited. She shared this, and she's really part of the team Evolve who shared this with 80,000 homes. So she can't help but tell everyone about it because of what she experienced. This little child here, her finger got cut off. The doctor didn't want to sew it back on, said it's going to die anyway. And they said the parents begged, please put a stem cell, the X39 patch on there, and look how that finger has healed. It's amazing. And this one is one of my favorites here. I mean, look at this décolleté. Like, whoa. Okay, ladies, who wants this? I want that. I want mine to go back to no wrinkles. I mean, this is just amazing. Amazing, amazing. This guy was going for an interview. He got into an accident. Didn't look very good. Didn't think he was going to be able to go, but he put the patch right on his face. 3 days later, look how he looks. He's got looks like he's got a button-down shirt. I'm guessing that might be for the interview. Don't know how it went, but I'm guessing that he ended up going to that interview. So there's all kinds of, things to look at here. Oh, let me just show you this for the men, because I showed you the décolleté for us ladies, and we want to look better, right? But men do too, and men don't want to lose their hair. Look at this guy. He's got, quite a lot of bald here, and he's pretty gray. Look at this. I mean, really how much that has filled in, and look how much darker his hair is, even his eyebrows. Amazing, amazing. Right, so, and then let's come down here. This is David Schmidt giving you 18 minutes of how this works. You can come down here, check out the patents, the studies. You can look at all the research about GHK copper peptide. Like I said, if you go and look at all this research on GHK copper peptide, you're going to want to wear this patch because you don't want to be without activating your GHK copper peptide. Really, it's amazing. So you can get here a patch guide. Here's what to expect. This is something you want to check out, right? Within 24 hours, the X39 stem cell activation patch begins to reset 3,000 to 4,000 genes to a younger, healthier state. That's according to one of the studies, right? So because that's according to the studies on GHK copper peptide. That's what it does. That's its job, amongst many other things. I won't go into all of that right now, but I do want to scroll down here. You can see testimonials, right? And science and technology. And here, David Schmidt. I just want to go down to him because David Schmidt is really an extraordinary man. He's brilliant. He was inventing and creating rockets, right? So, the whole saying, it's not rocket science. So if you can make rockets, I guess that means you're really, really smart, right? And he's quite brilliant. And David Schmidt is the one who invented this technology. He started in 2004. Because he was creating rockets, the U.S. Defense Department asked him to come and figure out a way to help the Navy SEALs be able to stay up for longer missions without drugs and stimulants. He did that through light, and he was able to harness it into this little patch. And so the first patch that he created was the energy patch, which you'll learn about later. And that was just the beginning, right? And here we are today, 2008. He was invited by the University of Ireland, which is a world renowned for their stem cell research. He was invited to come and research. All the pharma companies want to go there and do their research. He was invited to do it. It took him 10 years, but in 10 years is when 2018, when he came out with the X39 stem cell activation patch. So globally, he's the holder of 100 issued patents, with many more being written. More than 70 of these patents are in the field of regenerative science and technology. And at the time, the company had been steadily growing. But when the X39 patch came out, that was when we leaped into incredible momentum. Last year, we did $400 million. We're anticipating we'll be $1 billion company within a couple of years. LifeWave has been the multiple recipient of Inc. magazine's list of fastest growing companies. So really, because we are so excited about it and we tell lots of people about it, we're helping this company grow. The infrastructure is all there. We're just telling people all about it. So we're excited, and you can be compensated for that too. If you want to tell people, if you love to help people, and share and you care about people, you can actually create another income with that as well. So I'm going to stop sharing, and we're going to ask a few people here today to do a testimonial for us, because it's one thing for me to tell you about the technology. It's another thing to hear from somebody who's experienced amazing results. So the first person I would like to call up tonight is my dear friend, Lori Kagan. And Lori, I would love to know, what did you experience? What was it like before using the patches, and then after, and what patches did you use?
Hi, thanks, Linda. I didn't know what to expect. Before I used patches, about 3 or 4 months before, I developed a floater in my eye. Very annoying. It was like a spider web that would float in front of my eyeball and interfere with my vision. And I happened to see a retinologist, and I said, will it go away? And she said, no, it's not going to go away. So then I started wearing patches, and it was X39. I wore it for one day. I got up the next day, and sometime during the day I said, where's my floater? I can't find it. Oh, I see a little bit of it. I went back to the retinologist for a follow-up visit and said, look at my floater. She said, OMG, I don't see that. I never see that. That's very unusual. It's 70% gone. And so now in one day, I was blown away. And to this day, I have just a little remnant of it left. And then after I wear my patches, which I've now expanded beyond X39, I put them on my dog. This is Tucker. Tucker, it was 13 when I started doing this. He was losing function in his back legs. He would bunny hop up a step, 2 legs up and 2 back legs up, and he would miss the step with his back legs every time. I would put my patches on the day after I wore them, so they weren't full strength, and but he got the benefit that he could from them. After a week, he started bunny hopping and making it with his front and his back legs. He was so thrilled. He ran. It's the first time I'd seen him run in about 12 months, running up and down the sidewalk. One week, I got distracted, didn't put patches on him. For probably a week, he started missing the step again.
Wow.
Yeah. 3 days, I got right back on those patches for Tucker. And within 3 days, he was again bunny hopping up with all 4 legs. And was he a happy camper? So expecting nothing, that's what I got in the first day and, the first few weeks for Tucker.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much, Lori. Lori has a lot, actually. We're going to have her come back again because she has so many good testimonials. And I tell everybody about Tucker because I just love that story. I mean, that's a secondhand patch. She's putting the patch that she wore the day before, taking it off and sticking it on his collar so he can wear it the next day. So that's a day-old patch. That's pretty awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Lori. Do we have Ellie? Ellie Round, are you here, Ellie? Ellie?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. All right, Ellie, please tell us your story.
Well,
Raise your
everyone.
hand. Ellie, do you know how to do the reactions? Raise your hand.
I don't know. Is that right?
Not raise your hand literally like this, but it's okay if you don't know how. It's just easy for us to find you.
Okay. I just wanted to share with everybody, I've been doing the patches for 7 months now. And I thought when Eric asked me to share tonight that I would share more on the emotional effects the patches have been to me. Immediately after 2 weeks of taking them, I had 2 physical healings. One in my right shoulder and a very large fungus type of mole on my right shoulder that just in a period of like 3 days just disappeared from wearing the patches. I mean, it was amazing. I've had it for 10 years. People kept telling me that I needed to go to a dermatologist and it was probably cancerous. And I said, no, it's not. And it hasn't grown and I'm just fine. And it was really kind of ugly. And if I wore a sleeveless anything, it was really quite noticeable. So those 2 physical things just really rocked me right at the beginning. But to say I had the physical aspect, but I think the more of the emotional and aspect of the sustained level of energy that I received from these patches. I've always been kind of an extremist by personality. If I exercise crazy. If I, whatever I do, if I'm on a diet, I just go crazy. I've never been more of a balanced person where everything's kind of even keeled. And the patches have basically, after all these years, sort of balanced out, and my energy level is just very sustainable. And it's not like being high on caffeine or taking an energy drink or doing anything like that. It's just this great sustained energy that lasts me all day long, and no desire to take a nap, but just kind of keep going and doing things that I love to do. So I think those things, and then the effects of how taking the patches have helped me with stress. You know, we all live in a very stressful world, and the last year, if you talk to any one person, they can probably tell you 8 or 10 things in their life that have changed out of their control, that have really rocked their world. And, you know, we're just all no different in that. There's just a million things that go on a day-to-day basis. But just how we deal with the stress, how do we respond to things that are out of our control and that are strange like that. And the patches have just been amazing in that area. I've noticed a huge difference in the way that I deal with situations that are out of my control, people around me that I just, you know, that are problems and things like that. And so I think the emotional aspect of the patches have just been so amazing, just so amazing.
Thank you
one
so
of the
much.
things,
Yeah.
one
Sorry.
of the things you mentioned earlier was the inflammation. And I think it's silly things like my Birkenstocks, I've had to tighten the buckles. My ring is falling off my finger. You know, the inflammation that I didn't even realize I had, and the swelling that's so healing. So I think inflammation has been another aspect of my healing.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ellie, and thank you for sharing the emotional part of it, because a lot of people talk about feeling a sense of joy, feeling their brain calm down, their whole sort of being relaxed. So it's really, really, really important. It's when your body's going back to homeostasis and going into balance. There's so many things that happen, and that is one of those wonderful things that happen. So thank you so much for sharing that tonight. Thank you for being here with us. Yes. And we have one more tonight. We have Stephen Jacobs. So Stephen Jacobs, where are you? Do you know how to raise your hand, Stephen? Do the reaction, raise your hand, so that you show up at the beginning. When you raise your hand, your little image goes up to there he is. Yay, awesome. Thank you. So Stephen, I have your photos, but I'm going to have you tell your story first. That sound good?
Yeah, it's fine. Any way you'd like to do it. Yeah, I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. I had a issue 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, and I found myself in a hospital with doctors over me telling me I had a heart issue, a left ventricle issue, and just to top it off, there was a problem with diabetic, which I didn't know I was, and that it resulted in 8 medications related to the heart and various things, and 4 shots of insulin a day. The most shocking thing to me, though, was when I read the medical report, and it says morbidly obese. And I had let the lockdown get to me with eating everything that didn't eat me first. Anyway, I had ballooned to 317 pounds. And some of the pictures you have can show them.
I'm going to share them now that we're talking about that, yeah.
I had a call from a fellow that you guys might have heard of, a very good friend of mine, called Eric Beal. And Eric and I have known each other for 30 plus years. And he said to me, Stephen, what's wrong? I said, why would you start the conversation with that? He said, well, I have this feeling there's something wrong with you. And I said, there is. And I told him, he says, you might want to take a look at this, startx39now.com. Go to that site and see what you think. And I looked at the site, and I think I'm more thorough than most people who go to it. But I looked at the entire site, and I said, I'm in. Let me try this. And so I did, and I was fortunate in some things because I was being very closely monitored from a medical point of view. So I saw things that normal people probably wouldn't see. To get over the whole thing, I mean, there was blood tests, there was daily blood tests, there was all kinds of things. And 6 months after I was on X39, I did X49 as well. And I adjusted my diet, to be sure. But 6 months after I was on the X39 and the related patches, I was told by my primary physician as he sat back in his chair and took a deep breath, I have never said this to a patient before, but you're no longer a diabetic. There's no reason for you ever to have any more insulin or anything else. The tests all show that your pancreas, actually all of your organs are functioning much younger than your age. So that was a pretty good one for me. And then 2 months after that, a cardiologist told me, reason we ran you through all of those tests twice, and believe me, they're not easy to go through, is because we thought there was some mistake. Because the techs have said, are you sure this guy is in his late 70s? Because all the indications here are that we're looking at a guy in his late 50s. And we can't find any evidence that he's ever had a heart failure.
Wow.
His heart doesn't show any indications of any damage ever. It's functioning quite well. So that was the end of those 8 medications. And since that time, as you can well imagine, I have been trying to spread this incredible technology with everybody that I can. Some listen, some don't. It's fine. The last picture you saw up there on the left in my sport coat was on the 10th of February. That's when I turned 79 years old. So anyway, that's what happened to me, and of course, anybody who tries to talk anything negative about LifeWave or any of their patches is falling on deaf ears. And I realized quite quickly that the strategy here is to enlighten everybody with the product. Let them know that it's there, it's available, how it worked for you. Okay.
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
It is up to them whether they want to try it, not try it, use it, don't use it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Steve. And we just want to make sure we get to all the patches and to the, but thank you for that. That is a breathtaking story. I mean, it's breathtaking. It is really extraordinary. And I so appreciate you sharing it. And yeah.
I'm a happy camper.
Well, you are an inspiration to us all. And how can we not all scream it from the rooftops, right? After hearing a story like that. That's amazing.
That's terrific. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll all be sharing your story.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Thank you. All right. So now we are going to go to, and I'm just going to remove my spotlight there. There we go. I'm going to show you, we're going to go back to startx39now.com. And we are going to look at the rest of the patches. We're just going to spend a few minutes and we're going to go and pull up the all products flyer.
And real quick, Linda, before we start that, if anyone has not filled out the form with your name for the raffle, I'm putting it in the chat right now. Click on the link, and when you click on the link, it'll take you 20 seconds. Click on the link, put your first name and last initial in the little space in the form, and that'll put you in the raffle, which will happen right after Linda talks about the sleeves. Thank you.
Absolutely. So guests, please go put your name in there. All right, so we talked about the X39. I think of that as the longevity patch. The New England Journal of Medicine states that the #1 indicator of health is the amount of activated stem cells we have working in our bodies. So there you go. GHK copper peptides are the holy grail of reverse aging. there is everyone wants to be on the X39 patch. It's just really extraordinary. And now you know where you can go find out all about it. Eon, this is an extraordinary patch as well. I would love to go into more detail, but think anti-inflammatory. This is going to reduce your inflammation in your body. So I call them the dynamic duo, X39 and Eon. They work together. Stem cells like to go where the inflammation is. Inflammation likes to damage stem cells. So if you reduce the inflammation and you send your newly activated stem cell army there, it has a better chance of doing their job. It also balances your body's response to stress and the autonomic nervous system. LifeWave. LifeWave is so magical. It releases, I should say, the symptoms of pain. It's a 2-patch process. The white patch is the yang patch, or the positive charge. The brown patch is the yin, or the negative charge. And that's the general principle. Energy in the body travels from yang to yin. So the LifeWave patches basically crank up the energy production and improve the flow of energy from yang to yin through your tissue, and the pain in your tissue starts to come down. It's really amazing, opening up those energy pathways. X39, also longevity, also a stem cell activation patch. So the X39 activates the GHK copper peptide, the pluripotent stem cells. The X49 activates the AHK copper peptide, which is the daughter peptide. It activates more targeted stem cells. So think brain health, heart health, increased bone density, promotes lean muscle mass and fat loss. And it also, there's been a lot of testing from, kinesiologists and people like that it can help to protect your Faraday cage, which means protect you from 5G. So that is an amazing patch. Alavida is an extraordinary patch. We sort of think about building collagen and think about lengthening your telomeres. So the telomeres are those ladylike fingers in your DNA, and telomeres are going to, their main job is to prevent chromosomes from deteriorating and sticking together, which helps protect our genetic information and our cell division. So that's really important. That's like the base of how we operate as human bodies, right? So telomeres are important. It also it elevates epithalamin, which is a peptide that helps repair chromosomes. It reduces fine lines and wrinkles, brightens the complexion, and helps even out our skin tone. It comes with a day, a night cream, and now an eye cream. And they're created with microalgae oil, which is a high form of DHA. It's an oil that your skin loves because it mimics the oil in your skin, so it doesn't feel oily. It just soaks right into your skin. It's like your own skin. And it has milk peptides, which I just want to mention, vitamin C and milk peptides, because they increase the hyaluronic acid activity in your skin naturally. So there's a lot of products that put hyaluronic acid in, but this actually activates your own hyaluronic acid. So I think that is really pretty amazing. The energy enhancer, of course, think increased energy or energy all day long, right? Energy enhancer is amazing. It's also a 2-part, converts fat into energy. Let's just say that way. Fat into energy. It helps to increase the mitochondria in your cells. The energy part of your cell, that production is known as beta oxidation, and this turns the fat into energy. When we're young, we burn fat for energy. When we're older, we burn sugar. So it's going to take us, it's reversing aging all the time, right? We're reversing aging. Silent night, of course, is going to regulate natural and healthy production of melatonin with no drugs, no chemicals. It's really amazing. It says that it improves quality and length of sleep up to 60%, the duration, I should say. So it really feels nice. I love it. I'm a notoriously bad sleeper, and the Silent Night is amazing. SB6 balances the hypothalamus, which is in charge of your hormone signals. So it supports healthy blood sugar levels, helps to curb appetite and sugar cravings. It's the only one named after its acupuncture point, the spleen 6. And then AccuLife. So, when something works, like you heard Lori earlier, right? She puts her X39 or X49 on her little dog, right? And her little dog was able to use its back legs in a way that it hadn't been able to in a long time. And so people were also taking the LifeWave and putting it on their horses, first on their horses and their dogs. And so, but the veterinary, the powers that be, you couldn't use a human product on an animal. So they had to reframe it, name it as AccuLife. But it's basically LifeWave for your pets, well, for dogs and horses, it works amazing on them too. And they're great because they don't have, you can't have a, say it's a placebo effect because they don't know that you're putting a patch on, or why would you be doing it? So they're not going to, have a notion about what it should be. And then aromatherapy mist, this enhances energy, sleep, increases testosterone, and oxytocin for tissue repair. We need to call them aromatherapy mists because that's what we're allowed to call them, but they're essential oil based. I guess I won't go into what I can't say, but they are made with light infused structured water. So just remember light infused structured water. We won't go into it tonight, but there's a lot of really special qualities about that, and the more to come in the future of LifeWave. So get with the person who invited you here and say, I want to try these. I want to try that X39. I want to try that Eon or the glutathione. Or did I talk about the glutathione? I don't think I did. I think I skipped it. Glutathione, I'd have to mention it really quickly because that's the body's master antioxidant and detoxifier. And glutathione has a short, what they call a half-life. So if you're taking a pill or you're getting an IV, you're going to elevate it, but for a very short period of time. Well, now you can put a patch on, and according to the clinical studies, it raises glutathione on average of 300%. You're doing it for those full 12 hours. So that's really extraordinary. So that is the patches, and I'm just going to show you quickly. If you want to order them, the person who invited you here tonight, or you can come afterwards. We're going to do a question and answer session after this. You're welcome to come back on the Zoom, and we will do that. And we'll help you pick out your pack. I think a silver pack for $300, you'd be amazed what you can get with that for a single person. You can get your X39, you can get a few of the other supporting patches, and a gold pack for a family, a diamond pack for somebody who is the type of person who maybe like Stephen earlier is going to tell the world, right? I had great results, I'm going to tell the world. That might be your pack for you. But we can customize it for whatever you want, and we will talk more about that later. But now, I think it's time. It's time for our wheel, our spinning wheel. So, Maya, do you want to bring up the wheel?
I will. 1 second here.
And in the meantime, while she's doing that, just put in the chat, guess which patch do you think you would like to win tonight so that we know which ones to spin for.
Okay. Can you see the...
that? Wow.
Okay, we have a lot of names on here. We have 69 names on here. All right, and I'm sorry, the sound is not going to work today, unfortunately. I had a little glitch, so just
okay.
Pretend it's making, maybe one of you can make some sound effects here. All right, so we are, did we figure out which...
Yeah, which ones, Maya? Which ones are we... Okay. I'm going to guess X39 is...
X39
always number one.
Is number one right now, so we're going to do an X39 first. And here we go.
Yay. Norma A.
Congratulations, Norma.
Awesome, Norma. So we're gonna put everyone. I'll say it once right now, then I'll say it at the end. So Norma, you're going to email your name and address, and that you won the X39 to Jan J Rand at AOL.com. That's Gmail. Which is it, Jan? Gmail, right? Yeah, Jan J.
Yeah, it's janjrand@gmail.com. I need your name and your address and which patch you want, even though I'm writing it down.
Yes.
So.
All right. Okay. Who is next on the wheel and which patch, Maya?
It looks like X49 is the next most popular one that people put down. So the next one's X49.
I love the wheel. It's so cool. X49, right? Lean muscle, lose fat, better recovery, exercise. Shelly J. Shelly, you are so lucky. I love the X49 patch. It is extraordinary. And if you're somebody who goes to the gym and works out or even takes long walks, you're going to notice the difference. It's amazing.
Congratulations, Shelly. Okay, and then now SP6 looks like it's the next.
Look at that. Wow. All right, SP6. SP6, balancing your hormones, supporting healthy blood sugar levels, curbing those cravings. All right, Danielle. Nice, Danielle. I love the SB6 as well. I love them all. But that's really an amazing patch. It's kind of like a little sleeper. Everybody doesn't know as much about it, and then they use it and go, wow, this is amazing. All right, next one, Maya.
Looks like it's a tie between Eon and IceWave.
So what do we do? What do you think? Well, we'll do both, right? Because we're going to do 5, so we'll do Eon and IceWave.
Okay, there you go.
We'll do Eon first. Eon, the happy patch, the patch that calms you down, reduces inflammation in your body, supports the stem cell activity in your body. Sharon McGowan. All right. You are so lucky. I love the Eon. It's really so many. If there's only a couple of patches I would wear, it would be one of them. So yeah, it's an amazing patch. Okay. Next is IceWave, another incredible patch. Amazing how it can stop pain in your body instantly in seconds. Yay. All right, so Victor, you are the winner of the IceWave. Congratulations. And that, you can stop sharing because that is the end of our raffle for tonight. And really, I hope everyone had a great time tonight. I hope you learned something. I hope I was clear and understandable, because I know sometimes I can talk fast. I thought we had extraordinary testimonials. They were amazing. The stories that people tell. And really, for the guests, we hear this every single day. Every day, there are new people talking about how their experiences and what they're experiencing when they wear the patches. And it's so rewarding and so fulfilling and so heartwarming to see all these people healing and even the, as Ellie spoke about earlier, the emotional piece, the calming and the joy and the happiness that happens when your body is back into balance. So thank you so much for being here tonight. Again, if you'd like to come back on in 15 minutes, we will do a question and answer. So I encourage all the guests to come back. We can help you, just tell us. And if you don't want to ask any questions, if you don't want to speak in front of a lot of people about whatever is going on in your body, that's okay too, because you know what? You're going to learn from listening to other people. Didn't a lot of you, when you heard the testimonials tonight, you thought, oh yeah, I have experienced that, or oh, I know somebody who has experienced that, right? So it's a great opportunity to come back, get your questions answered, or just listen to what other people have to say. It'll help you learn more and learn what might be right for you. So thank you so much. Again, this is Linda Tai in for Marcy Preble tonight, and have a fabulous evening, and thanks for being here.